you know that nearly 75% of South Africans die without having a valid will? And if they do have a will, then it's not updated, which leaves many families devastated and frustrated. Welcome to the pause area. My name is Tejo, and on this channel, remember, we talk all things finance. Imagine working so hard all your life to build a stable life for you and your family, only to leave your family with assets that will take them years and years and years to actually have access to. So this past week has been National Wills Week, which highlighted the importance of actually having a valid will and basically trying to encourage South Africans to take some time to draft your will and actually look at your will. So in this video, I'm going to be tackling the top 5 most frequently asked questions about wills. Question number 1, what is a will, madam? So basically a will is a paper. Well, sometimes it's now stored electronically and so forth. But basically, it's a paper that speaks on your behalf when you can no longer speak for yourself. Your will states exactly what needs to happen to your assets when you pass away. I know a lot of young people think that you need to have a will only if you're older and have a house and have kids and so forth, but a majority of our young generation have cars. What's going to happen to your car if you pass away? So you need to take that into consideration. You don't want people fighting over your car. Come on. Number 2, what will happen if I die without a will? So if you die without having a will, your assets will be distributed according to the Interstate Succession Act. So basically this act tries to be fair and try to ensure that your assets are transferred to your spouse and children, and where applicable to your parents or your siblings, and sometimes to your extended family. Now, the problem with this is that you forfeit the opportunity to actually decide who is supposed to inherit what, and sometimes some of the things that you worked so hard for will go to people that you don't want them inheriting. Like, no guys. And then another thing is your partner will leave with nothing if you guys are not married. And then another thing, if you don't have a will, your children's inheritance could pass on to the government's guardian fund. Good luck. Good luck to your children, because you didn't have a will. It can take a long time to have an executor appointed by the master's office. And I don't know if you've ever been to the master's office, guys. If you say you love your family, you don't want that. You don't want them going back and forth trying to go to the master's office and so forth. That's sad. And I think what's even worse is now, because you did not have a will, and we know how assets and money can be, people will be fighting, your family will be fighting, and there may be a lot of unhappiness and conflicts because you did not have a will. Okay, question number 3, am I too young to have a will? So as long as you're 16 and you're competent and not mentally challenged, then you can have a will. Number 4, let's talk finances, or a cost of actually having a will. So basically, if you're a parent or a breadwinner, homeowner, and you generally want to ensure that your affairs are in order, it's very important for you to have a valid will drafted by a professional. By professional, I'm talking about a qualified attorney, or perhaps banks. I know a lot of banks offer the services, as well as financial institutions. Your insurance companies also do offer this. And just be careful, or not careful, but be aware that there may be terms and conditions that comes with that. So for example, they might say you can draft your will for free. We can draft your will for free, but provided that you appoint us as an executor. So an executor is basically someone who will make sure that your assets are distributed to wherever that you have appointed, or well, you have nominated on your will. Okay, and then some will charge you about 100 Rand per annum to actually store your will for you. And then if you don't want to have anyone drafting your will for you, then that's also fine. There are a lot of templates that you can download on the website. Just Google wills templates, and you can do it online. And then so when you do then appoint an executor, then just know that when you pass away, then they will get up to 3.5% plus VAT of the value of your estate in order to do the work for you, because they're not going to do it for free. And if your estate has a lot of money, it's going to be very expensive. And then you need to ensure also that one of the costs that are incurred is immediate expenses. So when you pass away, your bank account will be frozen. So even if you've got R1,000,000 in there, guys, it will be frozen, and your family cannot use that in the meantime while you're still appointing an executor and so forth. There are also testamentary trust fees. So if you've got a testamentary trust for your minor children, there will be fees for that. And remember, there are also monthly living expenses that need to be paid. So if, for example, you are the one who is paying the bond for the house, the rates and the taxes, homeowners associations and so forth, then if you pass away, yes, the insurance cover or your life cover will pay off the balance that you owe to the bank, but they still need to leave. Your family needs to leave. The rates and taxes need to be leave. The water, electricity and so forth. So you do need to make provision for that, as well as taxes. So if your estate duty, so there's what you call estate duty. So if the net value of your estate is more than 3.5 million, then it will attract also estate duty. And then remember that when you draft a will, you will need to have 2 witnesses. So whoever's going to inherit cannot be witnesses to your will. So if you want your spouse to inherit something, then they should not be signing your will, otherwise it will be invalid. Okay, last question. I have a will, what now? So you need to review your will at least annually, and most importantly, if you have any life-changing events, such as you started your working career and you're saving money and so forth, who's going to inherit that money when you pass away? You need to state that. Change in marital status. So if you just got married or divorced, remember to update your will. If you have change in assets, so you bought a car, a house, update your will, please. If you've got additions to your new family, such as a new child, just imagine having a will and then you had a child and you didn't update it and you pass away. They cannot now include this child because you did not state them in your will. The resentment that the child will have for you, it's not worth. Guys, okay. And then if you've got people who are dependent on you and have special needs, update that. And if someone who's supposed to inherit passes away, then remember to just exclude them. And then if you have a business, remember to include that as well. People will fight. So guys, thank you so much. Remember to comment down below if you do have a will, if you don't have a will. I hope that this video will encourage you to just take a pause and draft a will, because you do not, if you say you love your family, you will draft a will. By the end of this week, you need to draft a will, or well, next week, the end of the month, whatever. But very important, if you love your family, please do draft a will. Very, very important. Thank you guys. Bye.